Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to do the market review for the week. Just like last week, I was saying, I was going to be cautious up until this past week. My last review for this past week, I was saying, hey, caution, caution, caution. I wasn't 100% sure. I wasn't really feeling how the market was trading. It was respecting the 20 EMA, but overall looked weak. And then, Thursday and into Friday, we had some pretty heavy selling. So, I was tagged out on two separate trades. I already reviewed that stuff. So let's maintain focus here. So starting off with the SPY, okay, you can see I have an uptrend line here. We got 1, 2, 3 tags of it. It did break that uptrend line. Price is at the 50 SMA here on the SPY and the daily. It did get a gap up, but all it did all day was sell off. Price is now under the 10 EMA. It's under the 20 EMA. It's over the 50 SMA. But I don't like the look of the longs. This could be potentially the 50 SMAs. That's where a lot of larger funds like to purchase things like that, especially the 200 SMA. But the 200 is all the way down here at 533. Maybe if we start to get a pullback, I suppose I would be looking for if this low breaks, if this line here 564 breaks, I'd be looking for this right here. You can see we get a double-ish bottom prior support here. So, at the 50 brace, it could sell off higher, lower highs, lower lows, potentially to 540. That's kind of what I'm seeing, and maybe it ranges in here, lets the 200 SMA catch up. We shall see. But looking at the weekly chart here, it's tagging the 10 EMA. Maybe it holds this prior level. We shall see. We'll see. It's election week this week, so I would just expect it to be volatile. I'm going in this week with no holds. I have my long-term holds. I did add some long-term holds, but we'll see how the market responds, whether I hold those or not. Weekly on the Qs, you can see it hit prior supply here, and just pulled on back. You can see on the daily, it is now closed underneath the 20 and 10 EMA, above the 50 SMA, but again, just nothing but selling. Gap up, nice move, and then sold off on Friday. So kind of hitting this supply here, and it's just chopping around in this area. I'll do the Dow Jones next. I have this uptrend line here. Let me correct that a little bit. We'll see if that holds underneath it. I'm not 100% sure. Here's the weekly. It's still respecting the 10 EMA above the 20 EMA. We could get a pullback on the weekly. If we want overall, I don't know. Let's see what this looks like here. Maybe after this consolidation, maybe we get a little pullback into that range. Otherwise, it could just be retesting that level right there. So we'll see if that level breaks. If it does, I would watch for the 20 EMA on the DIA of 412-ish. And then if that doesn't hold, maybe 400. IWM on the weekly, you can see it's respecting this uptrend line, still, finding a hard time breaking that 227. But looking at the daily here, there we go. You can see it's just retesting this breakout, this downtrend line here again. Found supply there, and now it's just making higher or lower highs. We'll see if this low wants to hold. I wouldn't hold your breath. I'm not. Gold. All right, this is looking pretty decent. Holding, at the 10 EMA now. Might have a little pullback to the 20 EMA. If you look on the weekly, topping tail. All right, breakout, boom, topping tail. Right at the, that's just, what is that, hangman's. So we might get a little pullback in gold overall, right? Let's go XLY. I have this range closing at 5-day highs, right? Position in 5 days. So XLY looks like it's just consolidating. There seems to be still some buying in some consumer discretionary, looking at all of these bottoming tails here. So that's interesting to me. XLC. Topping tails, a lot of chops sideways. especially on the weekly. Now we're getting a pullback on the daily. Maybe this comes back and pulls, retest that. XLV, this just continues. Healthcare just continues to downtrend. It's making lower lows, lower highs. It's at the 200 SMA. This could potentially be a good buy spot. It's got volume on that green bar. Looks like it gapped down, sold off, and got bought up, and just to be gapped down and chopped within 3-day balance here. So we'll see if price wants to continue to chop sideways. We shall see. I'll be looking at that, something like that. If you want to, oh yeah, that plays out nicely. 145 there. I'll be watching this level at the 200 SMA level just to keep an eye on it. XLI. Let me move this. It's kind of annoying. XLI. There's that uptrend line. It's potential. There's no 3 tags to it yet, but just watching it as it tags as 50 SMA, potential hold of that. If you want of the uptrend line there, if you want to look at the weekly, it's tagging the 10 EMA. So this could just chop a little bit for a week and then head on back up. It did break this base. Otherwise, I could see it testing that breakout area right there, because it spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks up. Now it's pulled back for 2 weeks. So I'd maybe keep an eye on that 132-ish level, 131 to 132, maybe that 20 EMA level of 130. So 132 to 130 on XLI could be a potential support area, especially as it broke out of this multi-month consolidation range here. So I'd be looking at that. Technology hitting supply up there, pulling back the 10-20 EMA. It held support here at the 50 SMA. So as if that wants to catch up, see what price does around that 50 SMA as it continues to catch up. Energy. I think a lot's going to be going on in energy, especially depending on who is going to be sitting president and their energy policies and things like that. So, this just continues to kind of, it's an ascending triangle type pattern. It broke that downtrend. Maybe there's hope that this would break out and kind of retest that, but it looks like that might be a breakout of that and then fail. So just keep an eye on that as well. XLF consolidating. It is now 3 weeks sideways, just getting tight. It does have a little bit of a is that descending triangle here. No, it could be forming a little wedge there, something like that. But oops, didn't mean to do that. Maybe we can watch for a downtrend line break here. Maybe it wants to consolidate. It could potentially, come back and tag this 46 area at the 50 SMA, and then maybe grind on up. We shall see. XLP, consumer staples. It is now below the 50 SMA on the daily. It is downtrending, lower highs, lower lows. Right? I am not a knife catcher, so I will not be trying to catch XLP, on that. UNG, again, it's near these lows here. We'll see if it wants to continue on and accept even lower. Only time will tell, only price will tell. This could be a potential decent spot, buy spot with a really nice risk reward, or it can just continue on down. This is not a typical play that I would make, or if I did make, I would make a real tight stop loss, and keep risk probably at a minimum. This is just downtrending, right? There's no need to catch anything, in my opinion. XLB under the 50 SMA, breaking that uptrend line on volume last week. Under all the 20, all the short-term EMAs, this double top here, breaking this support prior. This could be a confirmed double top rather shortly as it breaks this prior resistance. Flip to support here, double top, now breaking that support, making a lower high and now a lower low. So I think I would feel safe to call this a confirmed double top on materials. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe it's a look below and fail. It looks below this range and doesn't. It fails to go lower simply because there's not this supply trapped up here. It doesn't come out. So this is a good area to watch for continuation to the downside, because if it gets even further down into here, comes back and retests this 93.50 supply area, that's where it can find more supply and continue to make a lower high and then move down to make a lower low, maybe to the 200 SMA, maybe even all the way down to this 87.50 area. So we shall see. And then we have the real estate. This downtrend line broke, retested, broke, pushed away, failed to kind of maintain this higher high here, and then now it's breaking to make a lower low versus this mid-October, late to mid-October low, and now it's near this low here. So I would be watching this level to hold as it did in support in the past here. But you know, the difference is this one was near the 50 SMA. Now price is pretty below the 50 SMA and on volume here. So real estate, I don't know about it. XLU, again, volume breaking the 50 SMA, 20 EMA, 10 EMA, downtrending. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You guys, I think you guys are getting the gist here. You see in the pattern, everything's underneath, not everything, but a good majority is underneath the 50 SMA. Short-term moving averages are starting to cool down, curl down. Lower highs and lower lows are being made, at least in the short term to moderate mid-term. We shall see what things will, kind of look like. Let's see what closed strong. Position in 5-day. There's your XBI for you. Just kind of still in that chopping sideways in this zone here, in this range. Not really doing anything significant in my opinion. This could just be a higher low, and it could just continue to chop sideways. So I do also like to look at jets. This looks pretty solid on the daily, so maybe keep an eye out for airlines. Let's look at the weekly. Still extended. I was saying this last week. I was actually looking for a pullback last week, especially because it hit. Sorry, that was a little quick. It hit this prior supply area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then it's also extended one in my definition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks up now. Like, I ain't chasing that. Have fun. I hope you make money if you do, but that's not what I do. So Jets is looking pretty decent. Tan, this could be a reversal play. Solar, those type of stocks, I think, depending on administration. This, also kind of, you see this range here. It ranges in between this 43.30 and 38.50. Looked below, spent some time up underneath it, and on the retest, it failed to fill this gap. It failed to make a lower low versus this. So to me, this is a look below and fail type setup. So solar stocks might be in play this week. It really just depends on how this week goes with the market and elections. I don't know what else. Biotechs, or look at that. USO, there's a peep at that. I don't trade that very often. SMH, you have to do SMH, right? Here you go. Tagging the 50 SMA. It is underneath the supply here. It did make a lower high versus here. Now it's making a lower low. I would watch this level there, and see, maybe it just chops around this 236 to 253, lets the 200 SMA catch on up. We shall see. Here's another semiconductor look for you guys. You can see that it was hitting supply. That continues to be a level of supply there, of resistance. So, I don't know if you want to look at this as well. Well, if that holds, maybe this could hold. This could be potentially a decent spot to to purchase if this wants to be a confirmed uptrend on this third tag here. Otherwise, you have an ascending triangle. Maybe it bounces here, tags here, gets real tight, and then continues on moving up. I can kind of see that happening. I already looked at IWM. We don't need to. We can look at silver. Retesting the breakout area here, right? Nice little base break. With the retest, looks decent. I would keep eye on watch there for sure. TLT, your treasury bonds. Dang, big red bar, big volume. Underneath everything, right? I don't really understand how the bonds work. I just look at charts in my spare time because that's what I like to do. All right, there's your insurance ETF. Insurance, a lot. So we're getting some selling. Looking at all these charts, a good majority of them are either at their 50 SMAs or below them. All the short-term EMAs are trending downwards. I'm certainly in caution now. I'm honestly probably just going to sit on my hands this week, unless maybe in the midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to present with some opportunities. I'll probably just sit on my hands Monday and Tuesday. I don't day trade. And so I'll probably just sit on my hands. Cash is a position, so remember that. Cash is indeed a position. So my position is going to be in cash at least until Monday or Tuesday. I'm just going to ignore the markets and just kind of let nature take its course. Whatever happens, whatever's meant to be is going to meant to be. You guys do your due diligence and vote for who you believe in. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen. And then all you can do is manage your money, manage your risk, and just manage with whatever happens. But for me, going into this week, I am on caution, and I'm not going to be looking to enter any longs, at least until the election is over. And then I would also expect volatility coming on up. Yeah, all right. Hopefully this helps. I got a good grasp on over it. Big glaring overall theme for me personally is caution. So good luck. Manage your risk. Trade to trade the next day. Thank you for your time. Like, subscribe, share if you enjoy this stuff. I appreciate your time. Later.